Ever since humanity started working on space expeditions and explorations, it was known that whatever we gather, be it specimens or subjects of information, would surely come out to be a mystery of some sort or another. Isn't it obvious? Everything was undoubtedly something new for the professionals involved, but there's an exception. While many things have been researched, proven by scientific laws, or linked to a conclusion, there are still many photos and extraterrestrial elements that still have kept the scientists puzzled and unable to come up with a rationale and conclusive answer. Today, we bring you some of the most bizarre spatial elements that are as much mind-boggling to us as relevant professionals. So if you're interested, grab some snacks, subscribe to the channel, and hop on the spaceship ASAP before we take you into outer space. Saturnian Hexagon Ring. Saturn's hexagon was first spotted by the Voyager spacecraft in the early 1980s, and it quickly became a thing of legend. It's sporadic to see such a bizarre geometric shape just sitting there like a crime on the solar system's ringed gas drone. This shape has created countless conspiracy theories. Cassini spacecraft celebrated its 13th year in Saturn's orbit in September 2017, and it has also gotten up close and personal with Saturn's weird hexagons over the years. When it first arrived in 2004, Cassini took some detailed infrared images of the hexagon because the North Pole is in its winter shadow. Most recently, Cassini is taking daylight photos of the shape in mind-blowing detail. Each of the hexagon's 6 sizes measures around 9,000 miles long, which is 1,000 miles longer than Earth's diameter. But the North Pole is the only one that has a hexagon-shaped action to it. The leading hypothesis about how the hexagon is formed come down to good old-fashioned fluid dynamics. Scientists analyzing the Voyager and Cassini measurements have found that the Saturn hexagon seems to be created by atmospheric flow differential. It appears that this atmospheric structure is also very stable, persisting through the decades since Voyager discovered it in the 1980s. Astronomers will continue to investigate the Saturn hexagon, and the mystery is far from wholly solved. But its formation is most likely down to the fascinating science behind fluid dynamics and not aliens. NGC 4038 and NGC 4039. This image caught by the Hubble Space Telescope is the sharpest yet of a head-on collision between two spiral galaxies, NGC 4038 and NGC 4039, called the antennae galaxies. The interacting disk galaxies are 45 million light-years away from the Milky Way. During the collision, billions of stars will be formed. Only about 10% of them will end up living up to 10 million years because they'll be massive blue supergiants, which is a sort of star that consumes its nuclear fuel at a rapid pace and bursts into a supernova. It's worth noting that the two galaxies began interacting a few 100 million years ago, making the antennae galaxies one of the closest and most recent examples of colliding galaxies. A few billion years from now, these two galaxies will combine into a much larger core, with a supermassive black hole at its heart. An elliptical galaxy of all stars will surround it. X-shaped comet. An image captured by NASA's Hubble Space Telescope Wide Field Camera 3 captures a picture of a UFO, which shows a mind-boggling X pattern of filamentary compositions near the point-like center. The object was chiefly discovered by the Linear Sky Survey on January 6th and found streams of dust trailing behind it 90 million miles away from Earth. Although many scientists and astronomers have been astonished by such an event, since then, NASA has declared the object due to two asteroids crashing into each other at speeds topping 11,000 miles per hour. NASA is adamant that the X debris pattern, namely P2010A2, survived the impact, leading to the other asteroid disintegrating entirely, and has carried this X shape, concluding it is simply natural and coincidental. Light on Mars. On April 6, 2014, the Curiosity rover captured a bright light beam on Mars. The source of this light still remains a mystery after more than 7 years. But on the other side of the bridge, NASA states that it may have been a cosmic ray hitting the rover's lens. But there's a catch for this dummy verdict. A second photo captured from another angle also shows the light completely disproving and dismissing NASA's theory. The thing with NASA is that it's given so many childish explanations to the public's concerns that conspiracy theorists and researchers later debunked, to the point that it's hard to believe whatever explanation NASA comes up with, however true it is. The Black Knight. The Black Knight satellite was located in space in 1960. It neither belonged to the Russians or the Americans because during the time of discovery, countries were unable to achieve polar orbit. Some people believe it to be linked with a previous civilization on Earth, while on the contrary, some conspiracists think it's an alien spacecraft. Unlike any other heavenly body or man-made object we have seen, the object does not keep a regular orbital schedule. It appears on some nights, and some nights have no signs of it. On September 30th, 1960, the satellite was photographed in Long Island, almost a year after its first appearance on a radar image. In 1988, the Endeavour spacecraft was traveling to the space station when it captured multiple photos, which might as well be of the Black Knight. The Black Knight is something real that has mass, and its existence cannot be disputed. Its origin and purpose remain a mystery after more than 60 years of its first sighting. Comet 67P. Comet 67P is not your average space rock. This Jupiter family comet is over 4 by 4 kilometers at its longest and widest, discovered by 2 Russian astronomers in 1969 at the Alma-Ata Observatory. Since its discovery, Comet 67P has been of keen interest to space scientists. This comet has major historical importance, being the only one to be orbited and landed upon by robots. An exploratory mission by spacecraft Rosetta was launched by the European Space Agency to land on Comet 67P. The spacecraft had to circle the comet, first collecting valuable data about its mysteries, and then land on the surface of the comet. With the arrival of the Rosetta spacecraft at the orbit of Comet 67P in August 2014, many questions about the mysterious nature of the comet sprouted. The comet's shape, for one. It's very strange and different than every other comet discovered. In another instance, a picture taken of Comet 67P before the landing of Rosetta showed the comet glowing or reflecting light from an unknown source. The image depicted the presence of a shiny, mysterious object. Was it just mere rock? Or have some other beings visited Comet 67 before us? And perhaps it was some alien object reflecting light. Well, I guess that remains to be a mystery. What are some of your guys' thoughts with some of these bizarre and confusing sets of images? We'd love to know down in the comments section. If you liked today's video, consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. We'll see you guys soon. Take care.